Hey guys, Max here from the Car Review Club. How you all doing? I'm sorry I haven't posted in a very long time, but we are back in action today. Today is a special day because it is the last day that I have my Audi A1. As you can see, my personalized plates are not on there anymore. I've put it back to its standard plates, and boy, does it still look cool with the normal number plates on it. But today is my last day with it, and I kind of wanted to talk to everyone here about what are the reasons I got this car and why it is that you should own one of these. They are honestly one of the best value cars in the market for a hot hatch. This is the Audi A1 S-Line competition. So it had the red brake calipers, it had the 2-litre engine, 197 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds or so. It just looks absolutely amazing. So let's firstly go ahead and talk about the exterior of this car. Now, I've seen many other hot hatches. I've seen the Fiesta ST, I've seen the Polo GTI, I've seen the, sporty version of the Vauxhall Corsa, and they all look great, but I don't think there's anything that looks as good as this Audi A1. They've got those slits on the grille, you've got the side vents, you've got the really nice striking headlights. In fact, if I just turn on the lights you see there, they flash, and it looks really cool, really mean on the road. And this is a car that I bought almost 4 years ago. It was nearly new, but this was sub 20,000. I bought this for nearly new, and it's just been a phenomenal car to me. Now, if I was to have one issue with the exterior, the one thing would be the windscreen mirrors. And as standard on the S-Line competition, which they don't make anymore, I believe, you don't get automatic folding mirrors. You have to do this all manually. For a car that's this sporty, I would have just expected to have automatic folding mirrors, but that's a very small price to pay for a car that looks this good. Now, the back is also a really striking part of this car. When I got this car, I changed it from a Audi TT Black Edition, the 2019 model. It was a phenomenal looking car. It looks so striking on the road. But when I saw this, I was like, this is just as nice. From a hot hatch perspective, it just looks so cool how the rear brake lights kind of go into the side of the car to make it look a bit wider. You've got these awesome vents in the right and left side of the car. Dual exhaust, even a rear diffuser that it has down there, like they have on the Mercedes A35s. I could have got the Audi rings in black. I think there is an option to do that with your local Audi dealer, but I didn't feel like it was necessary because the car looked so cool as it was. But in terms of actual space that we have in this car, the boot space is actually quite good. Sorry about the mess and the Golf Online bag. I play a lot of golf. But yeah, the boot's a really good space. I can fit my golf clubs in here. I can fit, plenty of shopping in here. It's perfect for everyday use, which is just fantastic. What I'll do now is I'll jump into the car view and tell you some things I really love about it and kind of what it is about the interior that drew me to this car in the first. So guys, we're here in the car. I've got the engine on. You can probably hear it in the background. It makes such a lovely noise. And this is the space that I've been in for the past 4 years. It's been absolutely fantastic. As you can see on this car, I've done about 30,700 miles, and I thought I'd just talk to you guys about the fuel economy of this. Now, this is the top spec Audi A1 in terms of the performance. So like I said, 2-litre, 197 brake horsepower, and it's estimated to do, I think, roughly 40 miles per gallon. I haven't got too far away from that. As you can see, I've been driving this as much as I would want, as fast as I would like, and I've averaged across the long-term memory 34 miles per gallon across about 28,330 miles, which is when I picked up the car myself pretty much. So 34 miles per gallon for a car that goes 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds is pretty phenomenal. And if you're looking to get a car like this, you're going to expect the same fuel economy. Now, what this means is that those lower down engines, the S-Lines that have the 1.5 litre engines, the 1 litre engines, this is a base mark for that. Because if this does 34 mph MPG, you're probably going to expect slightly more from those smaller engines, maybe 40, 45. I haven't test driven one or seen one long term, but this is what I get from my 2-litre engine. And quite a lot of the time, I'll drive this in dynamic mode. I don't really ever drive it in efficiency mode. I'll drive it in dynamic mode. I'll put this into, you know, the manual mode, which allows me to get the revs even higher, which is really cool. And so I'm not being conservative with this fuel, and I'm still getting 34 mpg. I also love this steering wheel here. It's not flat bottomed, but that's okay. It still feels really nice to touch. You've got this full leather feel. It just feels awesome, and the steering is so light. And if I was to go to my drive select mode and I was to go to individual, you can change the steering actually, which is really cool in these cars, to balanced and dynamic, and it does make a really big difference. You can also change the engine sound to an individual. I had it as pronounced, but yeah, the balanced steering I would say is great for long journeys or just everyday driving. But if you're going on windy roads, I would put it into dynamic, because it really does sharpen up the steering. And also you can change the suspension here, which really just helps when you're going around corners and making it, you know, less bumpy and balanced, a bit more bumpy and dynamic, but it's worth it to get that feel from the car. So what would I have expected from this car when I got it 4 years ago? Well, I mean, this is a completely standard model. Would I have changed anything? The answer is yes. I probably would have gone for the tech pack, which would have allowed me to have kind of heated seats, but also kind of dual zone climate control. I feel like these buttons are great, but if you have a wife or a girlfriend or another half, you know, a husband or a boyfriend, let's say, a lot of the times they might want to change the heating on their side, and it would have been nice for me to have dual zone climate control, so I could change everything on my side and my girlfriend could change everything on her side. The next car I'm getting, and I'll announce that soon, does have that, which is really exciting. The other thing that I would have wanted was wireless connectivity to Apple CarPlay. I don't actually have, as you can see, a USB cord that fits into here. I don't carry one around. I do have one in my house, but I don't want to keep bringing it in and out. And it would have been nice to have an automatic Bluetooth connectivity to Apple CarPlay, which unfortunately at the moment these cars don't have. They may have done it now in the more recent models, but when I picked this up in 2020, it did. Overall though, the space is great. The build quality is fantastic. You know, there's not too many scratchy materials or scratchy plastics. I mean, there is a couple here, but honestly, for the car you're getting and the price you're paying, it all feels super premium. You've got these fantastic, you know, leather seats, or part leather, part cloth seats with the S-Line logo in it, which makes you feel like you're in a super sporty car. There's more than enough space in here. I fit 5 passengers relatively comfortably in this car in the back. I would say if you're going on very long drives, you may want to get a slightly bigger car like an A3 or a Mercedes A-Class or a BMW 1 Series. But all in all, this car has been absolutely phenomenal to me. I've absolutely loved it. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I get my new car today, which is all very exciting. I look forward to sharing that with you guys. There's going to be a lot of comparisons with lots of cars. There's going to be lots of new car reviews, so please do go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content about these cars.